And we continue now with a special edition of Hannity. We go back now to Washington, D.C., and our own Frank Luntz.
Politics isn't the only perspective that matters in America. Let's face it, the economy's in tough shape. So why not listen to a business perspective from someone who's responsible for tens of thousands of jobs? It's my pleasure to welcome Steve Wynn of Wynn Las Vegas. And I got to ask you, as a businessman, knowing the economy where it's at, what should the politicians in Washington be doing so that business people can hire more workers? Everybody go to 50? Let's react.
My business is based upon the people that work there. That's where the franchise comes from. Only people make people happy, and that's what makes them come back again and again, allows you to raise prices to keep, track of rising costs. And only in the control of the people and the better life for my people, when they feel good about the place, when they feel good about themselves, do we create a business that's enduring and has security for the employees and the stockholders. What's happened now, after 40-odd years of doing this, is that for the first time, I've been unable to protect the living standard of my employees. In order to keep them happy, we've developed a familial kind of protective attitude of these past 40 years. And keeping my people happy has given us a better tomorrow. For the first time in my lifetime, for the last 2 years, the living standard of my employees has been dropping like a rock. Clothing is more expensive, gasoline's more expensive, school's more expensive, everything is more expensive, health insurance is more expensive. And no amount of salary increases that I can give them can keep pace with the decline in their living standard. Now this has a very, very stultifying or negative effect on my business in two ways. It makes my employees unsettled. That means they don't worry about our guests and the guest experience as much as they should. Although I'm very proud of our employees in Las Vegas, they're doing a great job, as well as China. But the fact of the matter is, the uncertainty, the drop in living standard is affecting also our customers. Yesterday I was in New York City.
I'm going to stop you for 1 second.
Sure.
Does he understand?
Yes.
Does he?
Absolutely. Yes.
He gets it. Why do you say that?
Well, here's one thing that I'd say that a lot of people think that the successful financial people in the world are these cold, greedy, money-hungry people. And he didn't even mention one thing about his perspective and his position. It's all about the people that he's been able to help through his company.
He talked about it. Yeah, he talked about his employees.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's be honest.
That's the cornerstone.
Let's be honest about it. I've been very lucky in life. I was at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
I risked everything and I got wealthy. My living standard is relatively protected compared to my employees. I've got this cushion under me, based because I was a capitalist and I was in the right place at the right time. But the real reason that I survive and businessmen survive is because of their employees.
Okay, Steve, what's the solution? What should Washington be doing?
Get out of the way.
Yes.
Listen, in the Broadway musical Music Man, the musical comedy, opening number is you can talk all you want to, you can talk, you can picker, you can talk all you want to, but you got to know the territory. We got a president that doesn't know the territory.
Mr. Wynn.
I voted for Obama. I'm going to say it plain. You can't run America without understanding how it works and without experience.
Fear about tomorrow. You talk to your employees, fear of tomorrow.
First of all, they don't know what government policy is going to affect their insurance. Since the last time we opened a hotel, let's see, the Wynn company started in 05, the Wynn Las Vegas and Encore. Every year from 05 to 10, health insurance that I supply, I've been a healthcare provider for 40-odd years. Not only for my non-union employees, but for the union, I pay for their insurance. For 45 years, I've been a healthcare provider. It's something I know about. And for the last 5 years, until this past year, my health costs increased for my employees by 8% a year. I did not change the benefits. I didn't change the copay or any of the deductibles. I left it alone. We went from 17 million, our costs for non-union employees, to 33, and about the same, maybe a little more for the union. But what the hell? Business was good. It's part of the cost of doing business. Let's keep on trucking straight ahead. Now, we have the Obamacare bill, went from 8% to 12. Exactly the opposite of what they told us.
So
now,
I want to ask you, I got to ask you to close.
You want to shine
this.
on the public, you can keep talking, I guess.
I want to ask you this final question. Everyone turn your dials to 50. If the president and Congress were listening to you right now, what would you tell them?
Get off health care. Let private enterprise do the health care. Do not try and have a single payer system, and repeal that 2,700 pages that not one of the 435 congressmen, 100 senators, or anybody in the White House read. Not one. Now, how do we pass 2,700 pages of legislation in the United States of America without one single person reading it, written by staffers? What kind of government is that?
I want a show of hands. How many of you would want to work for Steve Wynn? Steve, you got a lot of happy employees here. We're out of time. Thanks, Steve Wynn, for coming. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And thanks, Frank. And coming up, Kentucky Senator Rand Paul sets forth the Tea Party view on economic issues, plus the Democrats' point person on the budget talks, entitlement reform, and tax increases. Straight ahead.